In this video, I'm going to explain basic website terminology so that you can understand these words that people use. What is it that they actually mean? And therefore, when you are engaging with people about your website, you can have educated conversations and not feel like you're a novice who doesn't know what they're doing and then is open to being taken advantage of in some way. So I'm going to use the Build It Brilliant website just to show you the main things and what they mean. And like I say, I've chosen 15. There's probably loads more. So if I don't cover the terminology that you've heard and you think, what on earth is this? Then do put it in the comments below. And if you are somebody who knows quite a lot about websites, then feel free to also explain other stuff in the comments. I just think it's really good to support each other and help each other. And therefore we can all build our own brilliant businesses. So let me get started. So I'm just going to scroll past my banner at the top because it changes. And if it keeps flicking around, it gets annoying. Okay, so first one, domain name. So each website needs a domain name. This is, for me, builditbrilliant.co.uk. That is my domain name. So there's various companies that sell domain names, and your domain name is whatever the person who's searching for you would type in order to get to your website in terms of www.builditbrilliant.co.uk. This is also a URL. So if somebody says, enter the URL, then they're talking about this. They're talking about the www. whatever it is, that's a URL. So if I go into a new tab, this bar at the top is called the address bar. So sometimes you'll hear people say, go to the address bar and type in the URL www.google.co.uk. I don't think many people say www. anymore. It's kind of an old school thing now. So I've opened up a new tab. I go to the address bar and I'm going to type in builditbrilliant.co.uk, enter, and that will take you to the website homepage. So we've covered 3 bits of terminology there: domain name, URL, and address bar. So this is the domain name for my business. It is also the URL, which includes this HTTPS element of it. So that is my URL, and it is entered into the address bar. Okay, next one, browser. So the browser is the particular service that you use in order to access the internet. So in this case, my browser is Google Chrome. There is also Safari, there is also Firefox, there's probably a few more, but they're kind of the big ones. They are a browser, so they are the service that enables you to open that browser on your computer and access the internet by typing in a URL. So if somebody says to you that they're to clear the history on your browser, they mean to open up whatever service that you use in order to access the internet and clear the history. So the previous typed in thing. So if I go here and click down, this is my history here. So it means clear this. So the browser is whatever service that you are using in order to access the internet, whether it be Google Chrome, whether it be Safari, whether it be Firefox, those sorts of things are a browser. Okay, so website basics. In order to build a website, you need 3 things. You need a domain name, which I've just gone through. You need hosting, which is the space on the internet that your website is going to be held. And you need a website builder. So in my case, my website builder is WordPress. And I have a hosting package with a company called Siteground. I've used them for many years. I've always had really good service from them, and also really good customer service as well. So if you're looking for a hosting platform, then I can recommend Siteground from a personal point of view, and I'll put the link to that in the description below. So what is hosting? Hosting, as I said, is the space on the internet for your website. So there's different kinds of hosting. I won't go into that because it will take way too long in terms of this video, but you need to pay somebody to house your website, so to keep it. So things that are done by your hosting package are things like how much space do you have for images and videos to load onto your website, how much like how many people can view your website at once, how much space, they call that bandwidth. That's an added additional bonus word, is bandwidth, which is kind of how many people can view a website at any one time. Site speed, so how quick it loads, and they also do like backups of your website, things like that. All of that is done by your hosting platform package. So you don't necessarily need to buy your domain name, your hosting package, and your website builder from the same place. You can have those from different places and link them together. But your website builder is like I use WordPress, but you might use Wix or Squarespace, or some other, there's quite a few now, but that is the actual builder of, you build your pages, of how your website actually looks when somebody types in the domain name. That is your website builder. Okay, so to create an effective website, you need a domain name, a hosting package, and a website builder. So next, we'll now move to jargon or terminology when it comes to the actual website. Landing page or sales page, both mean the same thing. This is the actual page that you create with the information on for something. So this home page of my website is a landing page. Equally, the page about my book, for example, so if I click here, this is another landing page. So you can create landing pages for your homepage. You can create a landing page for a particular product. You can create a landing page for a particular offer, these sorts of things. And the idea is that a landing page is the page that somebody goes to get the information about something, is a landing page. Okay, so you also have a blog. Now, blogs are kind of a basic thing, but a blog and how this differs from a landing page, because a blog is a series of articles, and like you can see here, it's not that it is a landing page with information. A blog is a series of articles that come up in a sequential order. So the latest one that you've done is first, and the oldest one that you do is the last one. So a blog is how you regularly create an article or a content on a particular topic and house them all together in one particular place, and that is a blog. Okay, so content. What is content? Content is the words on the page. So all of this here is my content. So you will get somebody that says, I will write your content for your landing page, which means they'll write all the words, all the copy. You also hear it called copy, hence copywriter, for your website. So that is the actual content. The things on the page is the content, the copy, those sorts of words for that. Call to action, CTA. This is when you tell somebody what action, the person who's reading your website, you tell them what action to take. So these buttons at the bottom here are all calls to actions, CTAs. Buy now, sign up for free, find out more. These are CTAs, calls to action. So you write some content and then you have a call to action, which is what step do you want that person to take? And you make that really clear so that they can click and take that action. So that's call to actions or CTAs. Okay. SEO, search engine optimization, is how you tell the big search engines such as Google what your website is about and how you appear within that search function. So if somebody searches for a particular thing, you want them to find your content, find your website. So we do that through search engine optimization. So we optimize our pages, we optimize our website to appear in the search engines. And there's various things that they look for in SEO. There's on-page SEO, so what's actually written on the page, and there's off-page SEO, which is things that you do outside of the page in order to improve your authority as a website, or direct people back to your website, things like that. So there's on-page SEO and off-page SEO. Part of that, you might hear the word keyword said quite a bit. So a keyword is a phrase that you put into your website in order to tell Google this is what this page is about. So that when somebody searches in Google, Google's a robot at the end of the day, and when people put a certain search term into Google, then Google knows that your particular website page or your particular blog article is exactly what that person has typed in. So therefore it will show up higher up the list because it's more relevant. And to do that, we use keywords. So we tell on our website, we put in what our keyword is for a particular page. And we use keywords throughout the page, not too many. That's called keyword stuffing. So not too many. But we use certain keywords to say, hey Google, this is what this page is about, or this is what my website is about. And those help Google to know what to feature you for, what to kind of put you for in terms of the search results. That's keywords. Okay, while we're on that, alt tags. Alt tags are to do with your images. So alt tags are, if somebody's blind, they have a service that reads the website, and the way that they know what the image is you enter some information called an alt tag into each of your images, and that tells the person what it is that that image is. So if you can get your keyword into your alt tag, then it's another SEO kind of bump. But remember that the alt tag is for people that are blind, so don't go. They need to know what the image is. They need to know what the website is that they're looking at. So that's alt tag. Plugin. You might hear this one quite a bit. So a plugin is an ability to add certain features onto your website. So if I go and log in to my website, so WordPress comes with like a basic website ability, and then you add plugins to enable it to do lots more features and lots more things. So in my plugins, for example, I have plugins for which Elementor is a plugin that's a drag and drop builder. So I like Elementor as a plugin because the standard one on WordPress I find a little bit clunky. So you can add different things to your website via a plugin. So you may have a plugin to do with SEO, for example. So Yoast plugin, what I do then is it tells me about a page and it gives me some pointers in terms of SEO to make the pages as SEO friendly as I can. So a plugin is, you add plugins to your website to be able to do more things with your website. So you might have a plugin for a contact page, for example, so that then when you are on your website, you can build a page that is a content page with a content form that people can fill in. And the content form bit will be a plugin that you add to the website to enable you to add a contact form. So there's so many plugins. There's, you know, a ridiculous amount of plugins. So what my advice with plugins is to keep them as simple as you can, because sometimes you can get two that then one kind of overrides the other, or you get too many plugins and it gets too complicated. So yeah. Above the fold, below the fold, you may hear this. So above the fold means before you scroll. So anything that is above the fold is this stuff here. So the idea here is we are lazy people as human beings, and we're also really busy and got lots to do. So the idea is you want to get something snappy with all the details and a call to action in above the fold before anybody needs to scroll. So that means that below the fold is anything underneath. So anything that is underneath that people have to scroll in order to view is below the fold. And then the other one, that just a little one, is favicon. I think this is getting a little bit more popular. So the favicon is this little image here. My little bee is my favicon. And then you can see them here with different stars or all these kinds of things. These are favicons. So if your company has a favicon, it means that when they type it in, it has this little symbol next to it. Okay, so I promised you 15. I actually delivered you a bonus one, so that's 16 website terminologies for beginners. And I hope that helps you to understand some of the language that people use, because I think that's really empowering. When we understand something, it empowers us to have better conversations and to have the ability to go to companies and understand what it is that they're doing for you or what it is that you need, and feel more educated when it comes to the realm of technology. That is it for this week's video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next week for the next one.